Okay, that is cheating. Yaw damper for the win. That just landed the plane for me.
And good morning, everyone. I'm back at Legend, Sulphur Springs. I hope you guys are excited and ready for Oshkosh, because we're not ready, but hopefully we'll fix that today. The guys at Legend have just been killing it on the plane. I had a laundry list of stuff to do. They patched all my holes I put in the belly and the tail, fixed that, painted that all up. They had the plane detailed. We've got a new, basically, firewall forward. The engine's got a new engine mount sitting 1.5 inches farther forward to help with CG. All new cooler placement, which is sitting lower, more in the stream of air, and the cowling that has a better, cleaner airflow over it. Now, we didn't really have any cooling issues aside from one day when I was taking off out of Wyoming on it was like 90 plus degrees on the ground at 8,000 feet, and there just was no cooling capacity to that air. So this will hopefully streamline things just a little bit more and help in those kind of situations. Otherwise, I mean, it did great. I can't imagine it'll do any worse. But the bigger thing, and the thing I'm most excited about, is we got the guys from Garmin here. We got Brad and Brian. And yeah, we're gonna go and do something that you guys haven't done. You guys have done a lot of G3X to Axis swaps. But what's special about mine is we are taking the plane from VFR to IFR pretty much, hopefully in one day. I know that, you know, we've already been working away at pinning out some things in the background, but I don't know. You think we can do it?
Yeah, I think we should be able to get it done by the end of the day.
Colton's like an expert at yoga or something. I don't know how you even got in there, dude.
Not even.
Tired of working on my plane yet?
Always a pleasure, man.
He's like, how do I answer that? So we're taking what was my comm, and that's going to be comm 2 because the new one has an integrated comm.
Correct.
Cool. So that needed some wiring.
Yeah, so we gotta, you know, kind of redirect some things like your limo plugs and things like that, and then now it's just a matter of wiring it to the new connector on the back of your new display, the Axis.
So more in that, the GTR 205XR will have a 2-place intercom, which works great for your airplane, but when you add the second comm, you now need switching ability. So that's where the audio panel type functions come in.
Gotcha.
So the Axis display is going to act as your audio panel, allowing you to switch comms and the intercom. So that's some of the extra wiring going on here, adding that second comm.
So while the guys are working away on everything on the inside, I'm going to try to tack something on the outside. One thing, and this is not a big deal, but you might notice behind me that those comm antennas right there and there are white. I want to switch those to black. So I grabbed the Rammy. Already we got the, I believe that's the transponder antenna down here, that's black. They already swapped that out for me, but we're gonna go ahead and swap out the comm antennas so that all the antennas on this thing are gonna be black. I think we got the Garmin ADS-B or GPS antenna too, so all black antennas, just to make it look that little bit more clean. And also, for anyone that's wondering, Garmin does make that, and that is the serial or the part number.
Stop to wave goodbye when
is November
669 Tango Papa. All right, that was a successful day.
Yeah,
like,
we got all it done.
No smoke came out, so that was the big thing. But now my plane, functionality-wise, just went from VFR to an IFR capable aircraft that quickly. And obviously, we still have some buttoning up to do with the guys tomorrow. But thank you guys for coming out.
Absolutely.
Yeah, flew out in the Garmin Bonanza, so safe flight home. Looks nice out. So.
It's a good day.
Yeah, awesome. And then I'll see both of you guys at Oshkosh.
A few days.
Yeah,
See you up there.
and I'll keep you posted on how tomorrow goes because I'm gonna fly it and probably have a bunch of questions, but I'll keep them to myself. I'll figure it out.
Play with it for a little while, see, it should feel familiar, should feel good.
Yeah.
And then you'll have a ton of questions after that and we'll answer those. It should be good.
Awesome. Thanks, guys.
Hey, absolutely.
Appreciate it.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, it's gonna be awesome. And welcome back to day 2 for me. These guys are kind of rolling on 3. It's kind of funny. I don't know how to judge how long this install's gone because we're doing so many other things at the same time. But we're basically just buttoning stuff up right now, and then we're gonna have to put it on some scales, weigh it, do the leveling of the AHRs. We'll swing the compass, and then I'll be able to go do a test flight. So just working away because we got to leave tomorrow morning for Oshkosh. Haley and Ryan are flying in tonight, so yeah, kind of down to the wire. Level say? And it is finally go time. We got everything buttoned back up, got level set within the axis and everything. Everything's updated. All my databases are up to speed. So the plan is we're gonna push Ryan's plane out and then push mine out. Then I'm gonna taxi over, swing the compass really quick because that's the last little calibration that needs to happen. Then we'll get in the air and there's a few other things that need to get calibrated. And yeah, I'm excited.
Slowly.
I believe we are all systems go. I don't know if you can tell. There's quite a thunderhead behind me and we're hearing thunder, but it's clear on the windward side. So I'm gonna try to at least get a little test flight in. If it gets nasty, I'll just stay really close. Let's kick the tires, light the fire, see how the axis is and how the cooling is.
Oh, the 3D safe taxi thing is pretty cool. I will give them that. It knows that I'm just off center line, which is interesting. Very accurate. That's interesting that my second comm, let me see what the volume was. Oh, it's because it's at 75. That makes sense. All right, Sulphur Springs traffic, Cub 69er Tango Papa taking runway 19er. We'll be likely staying in the pattern. Okay, all systems go, fuel's on, everything is happy.
Sulphur Springs traffic, Legend Cup, 45 Tango Whiskey, short final, grass runway, landing south, Sulphur Springs.
Okay, all systems go, everything seems happy. Kind of focusing on this and less on making videos. Man, that is a intimidating wall of moisture over there. Man, but I will say it's familiar yet different as far as the axis goes. It's pretty much the same thing. We just moved around a little bit of where my temps sit compared to my old one. And Sulphur Springs traffic, Cub 69er Tango Papa is on effectively a left downwind for 19er, but we'll be maneuvering over the lake or just north of the lake and climbing through 2000. I gotta figure out now, one, I gotta check if the autopilot stuff is correct and be ready to turn it off. Let's turn it left and see if I put my feet on the ground, is it holding the... Oh. Okay, that is cheating. Yaw damper for the wind. That is cool. It smells very hot. I don't like that. I am gonna go down and land. And Sulphur Springs traffic, Cub 69er Tango Papa is on an extended right base for the grass, landing to the south. Oh, my freaking yaw damper's still on. I gotta remember to turn that off. Wow, okay. That just landed the plane for me with the yaw damper on. I didn't realize that when you turn the autopilot off, the yaw damper apparently stays on. So, note to self, make sure to check yaw dampener.
Sure you want those retainers in there?
I don't know, man. Smells hot.
Yeah, this is warm. Now that's interesting. That actually didn't peel that badly.
We definitely got a
That
leak
side.
back here too.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna get you smelling
like
it.
something here.
You think just the stuff on the exhaust?
Possibly, yeah.
It's fine, you love it.
No, not really. Yeah, that's the smell, man.
Oh, so it's just the heat shielding you put on the exhaust kind of working its way in. That's not gonna burn though, right? I mean, that's what it's made for.
Yeah, it's meant for all that heat, so.
Okay, well that makes me feel better. Okay, so as a little update. Pulled the cowling off. We looked through this thing with a fine-tooth comb and there is zero indication of anything burning. The only thing is they put a new like heat shield on the actual exhaust, and I think that's what that was. So, I mean, Armando's like, just fly it, burn off that smell. It's just, you know, new install smell. And that might be the case, but I'm glad we pulled the cowling and looked at everything. And of course, just after that, a big rainstorm just came in. So I'm gonna wait for that to pass and then hopefully get another test flight in, make sure everything is golden. And storm officially passed. It's beautiful out now. Got everything buttoned back up. I honestly think it was the heat shielding around the exhaust. It's a special, you know, insulation mat that's made for exhaust, so it should be fine, but it seemed like it was just kind of finding its home and the first layer was getting a little hot. So I'm just gonna fly it, keep it close to the airport and see if the smell goes away and learn the axis a little better.
Sulphur Springs traffic, Cub 69er, Tango Papa taking runway 19er will be orbiting overhead, Sulphur Springs. Okay, after a hard climb out, my coolant went up to 210, but it's thermostatically controlled at about 205. And then my oil got up to 193. It's 194, it's still climbing, but so am I. So let's pull the throttle back, get to more of a cruise configuration. Okay, so only goal right now is to get it nice and warm. It doesn't seem like it really wants to go over about 205. Which is a good thing. It's 80 at 2,000 feet.
Pull up.
She's got that warning in there, huh? Pull up. All right, that was a successful flight. Man, it is muggy out just with how much rain we just got, and it's still warm because it's Texas. Let's see how this AOA is. All right, that one was all systems go. No bad smells. Everything ran perfect. Oh, look at that. Just brings up the 3D taxi. It's just so nice. Especially on a tail wheel when you can't tell where the next turn is and all that. And it's got a Cub on there. Wow.
Hello. Look who made it. What's up, Ryan?
What's up?
Haley. The gang is all here. We just got the plane done. Sorry, I am sweaty.
Holy crap.
I know, it is humid here.
You spilled something on your shirt.
No, I am not used to the humidity, and that's kind of the story of every year at Oshkosh. But anyway, Haley made it. Plane's all ready. All we really have to do is get packed and locked and loaded. One thing, I'm noticing that there's a lot of smoke up there at Oshkosh, so we're gonna be watching smoke maps on the way up and kind of time our arrival based off that. Also, I have an infrared camera, so that'll be a feature I use on this trip. So anyway, guys, the plane's equipped with the Axis system and it's finally IFR equipped. That was something that we kind of had planned from the start. That's why there was 2 antennas on this thing, and all the, you know, back end stuff was ready for the Axis when it came out. So super excited about that. This thing is like way more capable. Anyway, guys, we are gonna go get dinner and get our plan together on our adventure now north to Oshkosh. So if you're gonna be at Oshkosh, come say hi. These are the times right here that you can come and see me where and when. And with that, you guys know the drill. Like this video if you do. Subscribe if you haven't. Come be my wingman. See you on the next one. Peace. Can you tell a difference?
Nope.
What did I tell that work for then?
Well, yeah.
No, I can't. It's a huge difference.
Can you tell? That's awesome. Haley, all this is different. Do you not see? Even the shiny thing's different.
That is. And you have...
Yeah, there you go.